I was a police officer.
I was a federal officer.
I'm in my PhD study in biostatistics.
He and I worked together at eBay in security.
I'm a retired teacher.
I started here in the restaurant, and I ended up doing part-time security, and then I fell in love with security.
34 years ago, I worked security, and I was transferred from the Samsonite building to the City and County of Denver building. They wanted armed officers. And for what they were paying me, you know, being a single parent, I just felt it wasn't right to carry a gun. So they sent me to the Denver Art Museum, and I've been here ever since.
I wanted to be a security officer. I think that it's just that help to provide a safe environment for the community. And also I like to wear uniforms.
Essentially, I'm responsible for the museum campus, the infrastructure, for protection of the artwork and the people, for all the emergency planning in and around not only the museum daily operations but for events, the life safety aspect of all that. Anytime you have a public facility, there's a lot involved in just opening the doors.
Our job is to help the guests.
You are part of the chain of protection that is allowing these things to last for thousands of years.
And we unlock the stairways, and we unlock the doors.
Open and in service.
I patrol the galleries all day and make sure that the staff and the visitors are safe and that they enjoy their visit, and then I keep an eye on the art.
This is part of the patrolling area.
I'm here to make sure the museum is safe, not only for the staff, but for the people that are coming to visit. I take care of all the safety issues for the entire facility, including the Tremont building and the Clifford Steel Museum. I do all the training for the security department. I do a safety and security orientation with all new hires, interns, volunteers to get them set up with their access credentials. I do all the background checks for everyone as well.
We've had safety situations, we've had medical situations. We're usually the first people on the line for that.
One of the kids cut their finger on a pair of scissors playing with the thing, so luckily first aid kits are available.
We do get our CPR training, and they'll offer these programs once in a while, and I always try to take them when they're offered, because I think there's always more to learn.
We offer some outside training through a couple of different institutions, national institutions that specialize in museum and cultural property training. And so we encourage people to take that. We're more than happy to pay for that. And that just makes them a better officer for the Denver Art Museum. We train right up front and let people know that the majority of their job, 99% of the time, is going to be just in customer service. They welcome people, they smile, they let people know that we're happy they are here. And it's not enforcement. The enforcement is the 1%. The handling of the emergency is the 1%. The 99% is that welcoming, smiling, information, answer the question, give guidance, security officer. You have to be a people person. You don't have to be a Taekwondo expert.
I'm a 4th degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Hello, welcome to the museum.
We have our volunteer greeters, but usually the people in the suits are the ones that are sticking out and the ones that they're going to go to with their questions.
When people come to visit the museum, you are the first person they see. So of course you want to make them welcome and feel home and give them directions to where they probably want to start at.
A lot of times they'll ask questions about the art or the artists.
Art is really about all of us, and myself as a security officer, if it can help them in any way with that, I'm more than excited to do that.
Because of the way we display the artwork, it's openly displayed, so people can get right up next to a priceless, irreplaceable painting. So they have to respect that, and we rely on people's respect to the collection, and that's the only reason we can display things the way we are.
On the floor 5, we have Nandi the bull, and Nandi the bull, if you look at his bridle, he's practically rubbed down shiny, because in cultural context in India, you touch these sculptures, you touch them. And that, as a security officer, is your challenge, because you want the person to be happy and be with the art. But on the other hand, you have to allow them to understand that it's now in a different context. It's in a different environment. And that can be challenging.
Then you got to keep the school kids out of there. Yeah, they're always want to get on the red. Oh, well, they all really like it, you know. I don't really have any stories. They try to climb on things, you know. I mean, kids are kids.
Well, Fox Games is a good example because when it was originally installed, there wasn't an area defined. There was a fence in front of it. So that kept everybody out, but people couldn't really enjoy it the way it can be now. But now you can walk through it on a defined path with a sign that says, please stay on the path. And some people do. The museum is rather different than any other facility. When the public comes in, we have a bunch of rules. They're unfortunately not posted it, and we don't give them cards when they walk through the door and say, here, these are all the things you can't do. You know, we expect people, or sometimes assume people know that, and that's not always the case. So when they break one of our rules, we have to be kind and we have to be understanding because they don't know the rule. Now, if they break it 2 or 3 times in a row, then that's different, you know.
Our main interaction is that they realize they have to respect where they are and the artwork that is around them because it's really priceless.
If it's a guided tour, then we have to give them security talk, explain to them what they can do, they cannot do.
First of all, can you put one finger up? One finger. And I want you to repeat after me. Please.
Please.
Do not.
Do not.
Touch.
Touch.
The artwork.
The artwork.
Okay, let's say that again. Does anybody have any gum in their mouth?
No.
You got any food in your pocket, like a sandwich? Don't do strange things in the corners of the gallery, because we're watching you.
The other day, one of the officers was asking if someone was carrying an art, want to take it out of the museum, what do you do? I said, well, I have to call operation, first, but almost simultaneously, I almost have to take his knee out so he cannot run.
Right. Well, and a lot of that is how you approach people. And if you're trained right and you have the right attitude, even if you're really angry about something, I can talk you down. So when you leave, you might not be happy about it, but at least you're not in a fist fight and you're not going to jail.
You talk softly. The higher their voice gets, the lower yours get, and then they have to kind of pay attention to what you're saying. And it just, I don't know, it seems to calm a person down.
We just be friendly to them, mostly.
You ever had to get rough with anybody?
I've had some opportunities and they've gone in my favor, so.
I work with some of the finest people, I think, in the world, especially at the Denver Art Museum. And the relationship we have towards one another, we're like family.
It's fun, it's a challenge, and it's something you're never going to get sick of.
I really do love my job.
I love the whole museum.
I think it's one of the best jobs I've ever had. I have no desire to leave it.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Do you get that?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that was pretty funny.
My son and I just came back from Boston, and we made it a promise, because all he was interested in is baseball. So we went back there, and I said, well, I got to go to one museum. So we went to the Nature and Science Museum of Harvard, because he had to go to Harvard. It was boring. I'm not a big nature and science guy.
Yeah.
What's a stuffed butterfly? What good is a stuffed butterfly? So there's no more of them around. Okay, pretty, that's good.